Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today I have the Anbernic RG Cube XX. I ordered it on release, so I've had it for a couple of days just to play around with it. I'll do a quick unboxing, then we'll have a look and we'll go from there. Okay, so the box is just a normal Anbernic box. Nothing really anywhere except on the side there. You get your colors right there. I got the black one, so there's black, white, and gray. Okay. So then you've got your picture of it on the front, what it is, the Anbernic Cube XX. Open it up. And set this bit over to the other side. And in here we have the card that I got, which is a 256 gigabyte card. So I have the newest games and most of them. Then we have the instruction manual, which if you're new to the handheld gaming will tell you the hotkeys, how to get in and out of the games, how to do the basic stuff. If you've never had one before, it's worth a read. There is no screen protector in this one. And then of course in here you have your charge cable, which comes with every single one, USB-C to USB-A. That's what is in the box. Now let's have a look at the reason why we're all here, which is the Anbernic Cube XX. Okay, so this is the Anbernic RG Cube XX. So that means it has the H700 quad-core ARM Cortex A53 at 1.5 gigahertz. So I think there's 8 of these. There's that in total, and I do have all of them. I'll do some size comparisons later on. But right off the bat, let's have a quick look at around. So obviously we've got the same joysticks. It looks like we have RGBs, which we do. We have no colored buttons, just the black and white. A D-pad. We have our menu button, our start and select in the front. The 4x3 screen, which I'm kind of thinking might be a good way to play. It is really comfy to hold so far. We got our L1, L2, R1, R2. We've got our HDMI mini out, charging port, volume, power, and reset button on the top. Nothing on the sides. On the bottom, of course, we have our because this is Linux, it's not Android, it's just running Linux. So we have the Anbernic operating system, which would have the 64 gigabyte card, I do believe, which would have games on it. And then we have the extra port for the card that we order, which I got the 265 gigabyte card, which I think has 11,000 or 10,000 games on it. So we'll just put that in now. So it's there. We have our 2 downward firing speakers and our headphone jack. And then of course on the back, see if I can zoom in on it. We have we have the Anbernic RG Cube, we have the rating, 7.5 watts, LiPo, 3.8 volts, 3800 milliamp battery, LiPo. Basic stuff that comes on the back of the Anbernic. So that's the quick little walk around. Let's turn it on and have a look at the software. Okay, let's turn this on and see what it looks like. Okay, so the screen on the Cube XX is a 3.95 inch IPS screen, OCA full lamination, resolution of 720 by 720. So it's basically, I do believe it's 1:1. You can yell at me at the comments all you want. So it's the difference between all the different handhelds that have this chip. Like you have your H, you have your V, you have your 35XX, all of them. There's 8 of them. You have the S, the clamshell. It's basically just going to be the screen, of course, the size, and how you like to play. Do you like to play horizontal? Do you like to play vertical? Do you like the clamshell? Do you like the tiny? Do you like the bigger? Okay, so they're all gonna have their own funky little characteristics. So far, the operating system looks a little different. This has a nice screen. I'll do some size comparisons and stuff like that at the end, but let's dive into this. We have our game room, which of course has all of our systems, which is PS, PS1, NDS, Nintendo DS, sorry, CPS 1, 2, and 3. It has your vertical MAME games. It has your Neo Geo, your Final Burn, which is still MAME, which is still arcade. You have your normal MAME games. So there's going to be a lot of overlap in your MAME, in your Final Burn, and your vertical. There's going to be, and probably in CPS 1, 2, and 3, there's going to be a lot of overlap in those. Game Boy Advanced, Nintendo, Super NES, Super Master System, Mega Drive, Sega 3D X, Sega 32X, sorry. You have your Game Boy Color, your Game Boy, and then you have your PC Engine, your MPG-C, which is a handheld, your Game Gear, and your WonderSwan. Okay, so those are the same game, the systems that come on the card. Okay, so that's the one way to do it. Then you have your RetroArch games. This is the one I normally use just because it's got a color. So quickly, we'll just go into here. We have 75 PSP games. We have 157 PlayStation games. Nintendo DS. We have 10 games. Nintendo 64. We have 10 games. OpenBor. We have 9. Dreamcast, 75 or 85. Let's see. 39, so not the full. CPS 1. We have 30. Thomas Wave, we have 6. Nintendo, Atari, 2600. We have 600 almost. CPS 2, 39, 36. CPS 3, 5. Final Burn, Neo, we have 1600. Game Boy Advanced, 900. Game Boy, 800. Famicom or Nintendo, 600. Game Boy Color, 600. Game Gear, Sega Game Gear, 400. Game & Watch, we have all of them. These are the older ones, 49. Mega Drive, 650. MAME, 1300. Whoops. Brew, 31. You're going to get stuff in here like Aliens versus Predator. This another Aliens Predator. Captain Commando. You're going to get, these are going to be different stuff. Mega Drive, CD, 11. MSX, 600. Naomi, which is going to be like arcade type games, 11. PC Engine, 238. MGPC, 100. Neo Geo, 99. PC Engine CD, 4. Pico, 39. Saturn, 8. Sega Master System, 500. Super Famicom or Super Nintendo, 1000. Sega 32X, 9. Verticade or vertical shmups and stuff like that. You got a lot of games there. Virtual Boy, you got 18. WonderSwan, you got 66. And then ports. Got 35. So those are the games. And they are. And then you got your apps. So you've got music, video, ebooks, file manager, and apps. What do we got in apps? So it just looks for the card, so it looks for your apps. And we have our favorites. I've gone in, I've tagged a bunch. Recent, which will be the recent ones I played. I tagged a bunch, I didn't play them all. You have your search, so you can go in, you can type it in. And then you have your settings. Like always, we have our system info. So this is 2024-10-18. So October 18th was this system. We have 50. We have 1 point. What is it? There's a lot of free memory in there. File system, battery, model, kernel version, which would be H700. Available memory. That was the second page. So we have system, lock, brightness. I have it on 4. I/O test. LEDs here. You can go in here to change all of your settings. Changes the settings of your brightness. Your modes, I have it on multicolor. Change it. Then you can just turn them on or off. So they turn on and off really good. Date and time. Language. RetroArch settings. Network settings. I've got my network set up. So basic. Same as the other systems. It's just a little different here. One thing I didn't check. Themes. I haven't done anything in themes. Is there themes? Background settings. What do we got? So there's different different background pictures in this. You can always load your own too. I'm just going to stay with the black. Button sounds are off. Okay. And of course, this is now, if you can see it chasing. Wherever I go, it goes. Okay, so let's do some quick gameplay and then we'll move on.
strengthens the soul of Maxi. You win! 楽しかったぜ。Battle 2, fight! Strengthens the soul of Maxi. You win!
Okay, so I just played 5 games, just quick, because I'll dive into this over the next week or two to play more systems and show more games. So I played PSP God of War, Chains of Olympus. Played real good, sounds good, actually played really nice, and it's actually with this shape, like you have the back, it plays really nice, the grips on the back, it plays really, really nice. And then I played PlayStation, Marvel vs. Capcom. Plays good, sounds good. No problems there. I expected that. I expected PlayStation and PSP to play really nice. No problems there. OpenBor, I played Double Dragon Return. Again, I had no worries with that. It played really nice. It's more how it looks. They have some really nice bezel, like they bezel. It seems like they bezel it, and I don't mind the bezels. It does take up some of the screen. You can go in and shut the bezels off, but as I do, I'm showing right out of the box play. This is what it is with no tinkering. Looks and plays really nice so far. DreamCast, I played Soul Calibur, of course. It's kind of hit and miss with that the Soul Calibur ROM. Sometimes you get the picture on the menu, when you're picking your player, you get the faces. Sometimes it's pixelated, but next to that, it played really nice. And there, you know, like the H and the V, I do believe it was fine, but on this one, it was pixelated, but the game played perfectly, no problems whatsoever with the game. And then for the last one, I decided to play a port of you get a bunch of ports there. I think there was 29. I played Castle Wolfenstein Spear of Destiny. Played really good. It seems to be a little fast. If you use the Joy-Con, the joystick, you move really quick. The inputs are really quick. I found it really playable if you use the D-pad. So yeah, the ports will be fine, no problem too. So this is right out of the box. Remember, I have, what was it, 11,000. You have 11,000 games to play. So if you're thinking about getting this for Christmas for someone, they're gonna have endless amount of fun, depending on, you know, if they want to play PSP, PlayStation, Dreamcast, arcade. So many arcade games. It's sick. You'll never run out of arcade games to play. Famicom, Sega, Nintendo, all the handhelds, they're all on here, and they're all going to play. Nothing on here isn't going to play. You might have one that skips here and there, but out of the box, you're going to be able to play pretty much anything. It's more, with the XX lines, it's more getting the one that you want to play and the style you want to play. Okay, I'll come back and I'll give you some more final thoughts, because I've been rambling. Okay, so some final thoughts here on the RG Cube XX. First, I wanted to do some size comparisons, so we're just going to slide this up to the top of the screen. We're going to bring in the 28XX, which has the exact same chipset, everything. A little smaller, again horizontal, right? The buttons aren't stacked. Okay. And then we have the S. I think this was the S. There's so many of them. SP. You have, which is a clamshell. So that's closed, and of course by the time you open it, it's pretty much the same size. And again, but you don't have your stacked shoulder buttons. You have your side-by-side. One, no joystick, of course. Just like the S28, there's no joystick on the 28, okay? Just gives you your D-pad and your buttons, okay? We have the H, which was the one I like to play a lot so far. It's got stacked shoulder buttons. It's basically almost got the exact same button layout as the Cube, okay, with the stacked shoulder buttons, the two joysticks, the RGBs, everything's sort of in the same place. So that is the H, okay. Then we have the 35V, which again is just a vertical handheld. So we'll stick it beside each other there. Okay, so you have your vertical handheld there. And then we have the 40XXV. Okay, this one I like because it's got that classic Nintendo look, and it's got only one joystick. The rest of them, other than the SP and the 28, had two joysticks. This only has one, so this is really Game Boy-esque. But these three here, you might say, are my favorite in the family of the H700 ones that they have. There is 8 of them. This is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have the other 2. I just don't have them handy. That is a little bit of size comparison. Then if you wanted to just see the Cube, which is the exact same, right here, okay? But the Cube is, of course, the Android one that has the T820, I do believe, in it. So it has the Android. It's you know, with the 556 and 406V, that in that category. So those are some size comparisons. It best is the H. Like if I put it just over top, you can sitting on the joysticks, you can sort of see it's the same. Almost the same. It's a little wider this way, just a wee bit, but it's a lot. The Cube is a lot thicker, mainly because of the grips, and these grips actually work really well. They hold the buttons. It's actually really good. This is the one that I was playing when I was just not doing anything other than lower system games like arcade, DreamCast, that sort of stuff. I would grab this. Now, I have a feeling I'm going to be grabbing this one. It plays better. It's easier to handle, and I like the screen layout. So, all that aside, there is 8 different versions from Anbernic that have the H700 quad core on it, and it comes down to 2 joysticks, 1 joystick, no joystick, tiny, micro, whatever you really want to play. If you want a larger vertical, a smaller vertical, if you want the clamshell, if you like the horizontal, now you even have an option for horizontal if you want a different horizontal. When it comes to selecting handheld from Anbernic, in this, it's basically going to be user preference, literally user preference, from something that really tiny and you can hide in your pocket. Clamshell protects the screen. If you like the Nintendo vertical, if you like the bigger vertical, if you like 2 sticks, no sticks, 1 stick, if you like having grips on the back, that's basically what this is going to come down to. The Cube XX is a really nice little handheld. It holds nice. And if you're really not concerned about space, this would be the one to use because it's just so ergonomical. It's a really good design. I'm glad they did this one. It's kind of, I don't know if they're going to be doing another XX, but I like this one so far. This is the cream of the crop for me. Holds nice in the hands. So there's a lot of rambling there. I try to show right out of the box use. I don't go too in depth into everything. I just show what it can do, everything like that. So this is my unboxing and my walk around and my game testing and some size comparisons of all the XX machines from Anbernic. Hopefully I helped you decide on which model. If not, and if I just confused you, I'm sorry. But thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.